look at the times. You all remember, right? The breakout of the bull market occurring over here. True trend BTC holding it almost the whole time, right? And then as we said, up, get neutral, $50,000. Who knows what's going on over here? You could see we went red, right? And it stayed red. Now a lot of people were able, because we talked about this descending wedge that was occurring in real time. People were really scared back then. We were pretty confident, right? I do raise my hand, and I do believe we were one of the few who not only saw that come in, talked about price making new all-time highs by the end of October, but also on the descending wedge, on the breakout, retest, and resumption, we're right there. And a lot of CTM really leaned in hard to it. I myself didn't until over here on the right before the break of the most important trend line in crypto. Look, at the same time, that is when you see the true trend BTC go back green, and it remained green all the way until when something's not right. We got to get on the right side. So pretty interesting, right? That with having that type of insight of the way that we work the TA through that time, but it's a lot easier if you have it visual, right? It's a lot easier if you're able to take out the I don't want to say the guessing. I don't think we were guessing, but it's a lot nicer having that clarity, that's for sure. And then you add in the true trend, and then all of a sudden you're able to trade both ways, right? I say both ways in this portion over here when price is trending downwards, to be able to take all of those sell side impulses and make some money on the downside. Let me just do this with y'all, right? So everyone is so familiar with the last year, right? So here's the buy signal, and then the exit is over here. So there you're out of the market. You return to the market right over here when price crosses back below, and then you have an exit. So okay, I took a 2% loss after a 4x 390% gain, and then you're back in again, and you have a big loss over here, 14%. Okay, not a big deal, right? Because I just put up 350. Return to the market finally over here, and then you exit, right? That was basically a wash, an 8% gain. You return to the market one more time. This is in September, and then you have what basically, well, it's a 20% gain, right? So you made up for that 14% loss and then some, and then you're on sidelines over here the whole time, returning right over here for a quick exit, and then again over here for a quick exit, 10%. But that might be for some people, and whether it's the daily, the 3-day, the weekly, the 2-day, that all is more about a lifestyle. What I want to show you the bear market in 2018, right? So how did that work? Forget about the gains over here on the upside, which are massive. Here's just one to show you, right? Gain to exit. 183. But, if we do the rest, you have multiples of those, right? So here you're sideways, in and out, right? What's that loss look like? 14% loss, right? In and out over here. I don't know if that's correct, but it's about a 15% loss. In and out over here, right? 8%. And then a couple of more over here, right? You definitely, by the way, sidestep the 40% drawdown that occurs over here, and getting you back into the market for the big run up towards 14,000. So, I mean, it's a great way to sidestep all of the when price is not moving up on this volatile asset that we're looking, over the foreseeable future, assuming adoption continues. It looks like Bitcoin is not only here to stay, but continues to entrench itself, in the world. And we do expect volatility in this asset, both to the upside and downside. Yeah, it does seem to be diminishing, especially those major swings so far to the upside, and hopefully now also to the downside. Our belief, because of the S curve, is that we are not going to see a diminishing returns on an average, call it every 24 months. But this is, there are many, 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 many of you part of CTM who are not really, who are doing a lot of other things, like the doctor, right? Having the ability to do something like this off the 3 day, that might be a fantastic solution for a lot of people. So we just talked about Bitcoin on the 3 day, and the amount of, like, you all know what it was like from the breakout of the bull market. Do you all remember back at the top over here in April and into May? And then that massive uncertainty and fear that occurred throughout this whole area, right? So Sandra, if you're a long-term investor and you know when to be in the market, when to get out of the market, here in and out, and then you're out for all of that uncertainty and protected, and then when to get back in. I mean, this is long-term investment horizon over here. It's the 3 day time frame, but because the amount of you're talking 1, 2. This is not full trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in 1 year. I think that's pretty good as far as a long-term horizon. If you were looking at in the weekly time frame just for fun, right? What would that look like? So that would have had 2 trades, Sandra. That might fit your preference a little bit different, right? 2 trades, this buy entry over here, exit, 538% gain. And then over here, you were out of the market, got back in, got out. That's a break-even trade, 5% gain, right? And then you're out of the market throughout all this uncertainty. Could you imagine for the vast majority of people, participants, simply not to guess? That is the holy grail, right? Is that not the holy grail, to know when to be in the market, when to be out of the market, and when to be long and when to be short, right? Knowing that not each trade is going to be a winner, but having that type of clarity that you could do that and over the long-term profit. That is the holy grail right there.